Hi, okay, I think I finally fucking figured this out. I streamed like 2 times, I think, and I I may have not double checked I was streaming. I'm 99% sure that I'm streaming now, however, so that is good. I'm just gonna start streaming nightly. I want to get better at talking, so I'm gonna just stream where I talk. Simple, right? Yeah. Eh, I guess I should probably start with an update on things. I think it's been like weeks. I genuinely do not know, given that again, I'm pretty sure 2 of my streams did not work. Um, so Mafia is like 90% done. Is that a thing I said I was doing? I'm doing a Mafia thing. I'm gonna try and collaborate with other people in the moderate to far future, maybe less than moderate to far future. I don't really know. I've got to kind of work on it. But I'm coding a whole Discord bot, and I know that there is in fact a Mafia bot set up already. I had thought about that, but I was like, nah, I want to make my own because I prefer there to be some. I was gonna say human, but I guess I'm a robot, aren't I? I'm talking too fast. Need to slow it down, think what I'm saying a little bit more, which is partly why I want to do these nightly streams. So I guess it's not really daily; it's nightly, isn't it? Right. But yes, right. So I'm doing these nightly streams where I talk about stuff and hopefully get better at talking because I don't feel confident enough in my own ability to entertain. I feel like just talking, you and me, like this, not so bad. Not that I even think that I'm not a funny or entertaining guy. I mean, I'd like to think I'm a funny and or entertaining guy, but that can be difficult to do, especially while playing video games. So I'm starting off easy. I'm going to nightly stream where I just talk into the microphone. And then after that, I'm going to do a little bit of, what is this? Duplicate stream key? What does that mean? Wait, hold on. Am I streaming right now? Cannot tell. Okay, yeah, no, I am. Oh, God. Okay, you can't hear that, thank God. Wait, were you able to see my cursor? You shouldn't be able to see my cursor. Oh, huh. You can see my cursor. That's not great. Figuring these things out as we go along, it's fine. You see when I do it like this? No, it doesn't seem like it, so hopefully that should be fine. But, yeah, so, I mean, making videos and streaming and working on Mafia and doing other robot-y obligations is tough. And I want to at least make sure that I'm getting familiar, getting not necessarily familiar, honestly, getting comfortable with speaking into the microphone. So thusly, I'm just going to start doing this every night, probably around 10 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. Central. Maybe I shouldn't say my time. Nah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, 10 p.m. Central, where I just talk into the microphone. Easy, simple. I might not get to it every day, but I'm going to try my darndest to try and get into it every day. We're going to just talk about nothing, talk about everything. I don't expect anyone to actually want to watch these. I'd be sincerely surprised if anybody actually did. It's more for my own sake. I've definitely heard the advice that if you want to get better at streaming, just stream games, talk while doing it, and record it. You don't have to stream it, but I think recording it and streaming it at the same time definitely gives it a different feel to it. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I mean, there's no purpose in not doing that, right? I feel like I am at my most interesting, I am at my most clever, I'm at my most entertaining when I'm comfortable. Wasn't comfortable. Let's see, what's my last stream? Cyberpunk. I was not at my most comfortable when I was doing that stream, just because, excuse me, Shadowrun. Not at my most comfortable when I was doing my Shadowrun stream because I had not played Shadowrun in however long. That is my first time playing a game on stream in a while. And, just wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't my favorite game. I do very much like the short I did. I feel like it got a decent amount of attention. I feel like I could probably continue to do that, but it's a matter of consistency, and I think this is the first step in consistency, is just streaming every night, even if it's only for 30 minutes. This is probably going to just be 30 minutes, but it'll be every night, so consistency. There we are. Consistency be thy name. Hey. We can talk a little bit more about Mafia, because that's what I kind of want to talk about right now. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Mafia. I think the last thing I was talking about was I was saying that I prefer the game when it has a human moderator, just because you can kind of get a little more flavor into it, right? You can say like, oh yeah, as you all wake up, you find that Bill has been shot through the chest. Someone left him a note saying whatever. You can put a little more. You can put a little role playing it. We can make it a little more personal. You can make it more of an occasion as opposed to kind of like a party game, if that makes sense. Which, I mean, Mafia at its core is a party game, but the biggest struggle I anticipate having, and maybe I'll have more struggles. I have to imagine that I certainly will. I have to imagine. What was I saying? I have already forgotten. I started looking at my YouTube feed and immediately proceeded to forget everything. Okay. Where were we going? Mafia, something difficult. Right. The number one difficulty in doing a Mafia stream with streamers is that if it's not just going on one channel, if multiple people are streaming it, then it is not as interesting for the streams for the people who die, which I think is going to be a bit of a difficulty that I'm not sure that you'll be able to get over, but hopefully if we just make the games a little faster paced, a little more streamlined, if I can just, do well with it, then hopefully it shouldn't be a huge deal. Hopefully. I really like the shorts I did where I compiled a list of interesting looking games to play on stream. I think that's something that would be good to continue doing. I like editing it. I like making it. It felt nice and cute, and it's like at a minute. So I mean, even if you watch it and you don't like it, not a huge waste of your time. I'm still lukewarm on the Beyond Earth video. I haven't even rewatched it yet, which I obviously need to rewatch it to see if it's any good. But even just without watching it, I feel really lukewarm on it. Like, I feel like I could have cut it down in time, which in some respects, I feel. Just stop saying I feel. I intentionally wanted to make it a little bit longer to see if I could make it that long. I guess it's not as long as I remember. It's only like 30 minutes, but still, it probably could have been condensed down to 15 minutes. I think I'm just somebody who makes shorter videos, and I like making videos. Editing is interesting. Cutting stuff down is interesting. I feel like I can have a tendency to ramble unless I'm kind of cutting myself short. Sometimes I feel like I've just said everything that I need to say. I mean, maybe that's wrong, but I mean, that'll hopefully come with experience. That'll come with, analyzing analytics that I get. If I feel one way but people disagree with me, like there's transitions in the Beyond Earth video that in the 3 views, all 3 viewers who viewed it stopped at the exact same spot, which coincidence, there's a transition right there, and it goes on for way too long. So gotta keep that in mind. Short transition, maybe add some music, add some effects, whatever. Which, fair enough, that would have probably bored me too, but I normally watch those videos with like something else on the other screen. I normally do it while I'm playing video games or doing homework or uh, you know, doing something else, working on projects. That's just me personally. I I feel like there are so many projects in the world to take on. It's difficult to just choose one. Like I want to finish up the Mafia one. I've got some personal projects I may or may not have to do. I've got hmm some, let's say, remodeling to do with Vic. And I still have kind of no idea what direction I want to go down with that, because I feel like there's a couple different, not necessarily clashing design decisions I made with Vic, but definitely some design decisions I could have gone down further had I had more skill. Not that I'm more skilled, because I haven't made a 3D model in possibly 3-4 months. So it's a little rough, but definitely some of the texture work I want to redo. I want to add a little more detail. A couple spots here and there that I need to touch up. I might add a significant amount. I mean, there's a lot I'm happy with. There's also not a lot I'm not happy with. Can't believe it's only been 11 minutes. This is part of doing this every night, so I just get more comfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable right now, but it definitely feels like a new sensation, something I need to get a little more used to. I tried for a while to just kind of talk to myself while I was doing things, while I was playing video games, but I kind of fell off. That kind of fell off, didn't it? Yeah, I was doing alright for a while, but I just, again, fall off. But if I just hold myself to doing this every night, 30 minutes is not a huge, it's not a huge commitment. I mean, 30 minutes a night is, I mean, that's 30 minutes a night, that's 1/48th of your life, 2% of your life, which I mean is a lot of time to just be talking at a camera. But in the grand scheme of things, in terms of what you get from it, I feel is maybe not even that bad. Hmm. Hmm. What do I talk about now? I guess we can talk more about VTubing stuff. I was thinking about making a subreddit for VTuber discussions. Man, how am I running out of things to say 30 minutes? Yo, I am done. No, I'm not. That's a lie. Um, I think VTuber discussions for people to have a safe, not a safe place, that has implications, but a more dedicated space to talk about the VTubing community, what it means to be a VTuber, how to get started being a VTuber. There's definitely a lot of places on like Discord and Twitter and stuff that people can talk about this. But I feel like Reddit, um, Reddit is a good place to have these discussions, to be able to talk about things like that. I don't know. I mean, it's certainly worth a shot, isn't it? Because I feel like, especially just starting out, I feel like having a place like that would have been nice for me. So, I mean, if it would have been nice for me, why not make a place for other people? Hmm. Future is an interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, it's so. I feel like with my with the way that I look at the world, everything is so nebulous already, and then looking at the future, it's like even more nebulous. There's so many different ways you can look at life. So many different ways you can, many different paths you can go down. I feel very much like I am standing at a precipice, at a fork in the road, and not knowing where to go, and not knowing, or walking down a road and not knowing where that road leads, and kind of walking around it, walking it real lazily, which is that's not a good thing. I mean, if you're gonna make a decision, make it confidently, you know. If you're gonna make a decision, own it. That's the best way in life to get ahead, is to just own your decisions. It's too easy to be a passenger in your own life. I feel like I have done that for far too long myself. But it's a lot easier to say to own your decisions than it is to own them. If a significant portion of the time, I find myself wishing to be able to blame something else, to to say, you know, I have made these mistakes, but it's not actually my fault. It's somebody else's fault. It's a circumstance. It's happenstance. It's medical, undiagnosed medical issue. But at a certain point, you need to just be able to deal with it. You need to be able to just deal with it. Incredible for fall 2023. What in the world? It's been 18 minutes. Why does this feel like an absolute long? See, we'll get better at this. Just talking about things. That's. I feel like at its core, especially being a VTuber, I feel like it's so strange that streamers and YouTubers can maybe go for longer periods of time without talking than VTubers, but I feel like that's definitely an expectation that people have. I don't know if that's part of the whole idol culture, Japanese style of entertainment kind of thing that happens. I sincerely cannot tell you. Maybe it's just tradition, maybe it's just different audience, but I feel like that's certainly an expectation. There's been a lot of times when I've watched a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever and been like, this person is not interesting. This person is not somebody I'd want to watch. But uh, I think, I keep saying I think, I need to get that out of my lexicon. When it comes to VTubers, a lot of the time I have the opposite problem. It's like, wow, this person is talking way too much. Unless you can tell that they're just really nervous or really new at it or whatever, in which case it's maybe like, yeah, they're definitely talking quietly. Talking not so much. But it is something I wonder quite often. I wonder if there's any like VTuber community podcast type things that can happen. I have to imagine that there is, right? VTuber Voices, Rat Cafe, Ludcast, VTuber Group, Live Dream. Yeah, that's a lot of things, isn't it? There's definitely a lot to talk about the community and stuff. I don't think I need to make that. Oh, it's over. What? Is that right? Is this one over? Yeah. Here's what this person is doing. They had a podcast about VTubing. Oh yeah, they still talk about VTubing on their Flesh Tubers. Oh, that's interesting. They mostly talk about YouTube and VTube and stuff. I feel like a lot of these channels. I mean, I'm not speaking about this person in particular because obviously I just found their channel, but I feel like a lot of them. It's like I wonder how helpful, like if you just truly 100% follow their advice, like how far you would get. How good their advice is. Like, I mean, given the fact a lot of these people have made their viewership based entirely off of being a VTuber. It's like, excuse me, let me reformulate, because this happens for like Twitch streamers and YouTubers as well. But there's a significant portion of content creators whose specific purpose is to cater to other content creators, and I wonder how often and easily their advice is applicable to content creators who are not looking to give advice to content creators. Is as weird as that sounds. Like, if I, how do you word this? Hmm. Well, because a lot of the time, the only advice they'll have is related to like making your YouTube channel or VTubing, whatever, making your Twitch stream, whatever. But then they'll have a bunch of content about specifically that, and they don't seem to have any other content. And it's like, well, how did you grow? Like, were you making YouTube videos about how to make YouTube videos without having without having like an audience? Like, maybe some of them started with like gaming or started with like music or something. I guess that would make sense. That would be logical. But I feel like a significant portion of the people I've seen these from, they don't, they don't, they haven't started somewhere else. It's very odd. Maybe they just private their stuff. Maybe they're like, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm just gonna private or whatever. Which, I mean, is maybe a fair point. I sincerely couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm not famous. I've got 0 viewers watching this right now. I'm just trying to get better at this before I kind of start making a more concerted effort. Because, I mean, regardless of whether or not I'll be doing this nightly stream, I don't think I'm making videos right now. I don't think this is a time when I make videos necessarily. Just because, I mean, I'm not even that busy, but I'm doing other things, if that makes any sense. Should I be making videos and streaming and stuff? I mean, I feel like this isn't bad. Is this more important? I mean, is it like that much more benefit to actually be doing game streams? I don't feel like I'm as passionate just doing game streams. I don't, it's so weird, but maybe just need to find a game I'm passionate about. I don't know. But at the same time, a lot of those games I want to play off of stream. So do I just not play it off of stream and then just be like, I'm just going to save that for your stream? Do I like juggle two saves? I don't know. Either way, I don't feel bad about doing this, I guess. I think this is going to be beneficial to me. I keep saying I think. I want to. That's another reason why I'm doing this. If I were to be doing this while playing games, I wouldn't be able to think about what I'm saying that much because I already have a problem with not thinking through what I'm saying. Otherwise, if I do, you get long pauses like what just happened. And, there's nothing wrong with thinking through what you're saying, but when you're trying to entertain people, you can't really do that and play video games and think through what you're saying. It's difficult. I feel like a lot of the way I formulate sentences is purely based off of instinct. Like I'm maybe thinking through what I'm saying about like half a second to a quarter of a second before I say it, and I catch like really dumb stuff maybe. But especially if I'm nervous or if I'm not comfortable, that goes down significantly. I really can't think through what I'm saying just because I'm just thinking, oh, what? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty excited to be doing this. I say as I'm like vigorously watching the clock. I imagine time would be going by a lot faster if I was not explicitly staring at the clock, which admittedly I'm not doing. I haven't done this entire time, but I feel like it doesn't help. Certainly doesn't help. I need to get a good time to stream. I don't know if maybe, because my number one thing is I want to do this consistently, and that means like once a night, every night, no matter what. But at the same time, I feel like that should mean at relatively the same time, especially given this is only going to be 30 minutes. So, I mean, even if I mean, nobody's going to be watching this, but I mean, just for the sake of consistency, it feels like I should be doing it at the same time every week. If that makes any sense? Just so I get kind of used to having consistency. I'm saying consistency a lot. Oh. There's a lot on my mind. I mean, just in general. But this is something that I keep thinking. I mean, VTubing in general is something that I just keep double guessing myself. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? But I think about it so often. That I can't just not do it. I need to just do it, no matter how much of a pain in the butt it is, so I can just stop thinking about it. And it's just a matter of really putting effort in to do it consistently. Everything else doesn't matter as much as just doing this consistently. All the cool ideas, those are nice. But ultimately, the number one thing that if you don't have is a problem, it's going to be consistency. And I mean that both in terms of entertainment, and I mean that in terms of like scheduling, being able to be at the same. Oh wow! Hello, excuse me. That was rude of me. Be at the same place every day, every night, every set time. You know, it's important. It's important for people to have regularity, to have that scheduledness. And I mean, I'm not so much like that, but I know everyone else seems to be. I'm not even really a big stream watcher, to be honest with you. I prefer videos. That's why I kind of want to make videos. But the thing about making videos is that A, it's a lot of effort. B, people don't seem to be as interested in it in this community. And C, I can do that while doing this, but I don't think I can do this while doing that. I don't think I can I can make videos around being consistent, but I can't like be consistent and make the videos, if that makes any sense. I like starting off, if I am just consistent with this, then I can plan the videos around that. But I don't think I can plan this around the videos. Hopefully at some point in that rant, it made sense. In that ramble, it made sense. I've talked a whole lot about why I'm doing this. I mean, at first I told myself, yeah, I mean, I just want to have fun. I just want to have a good time. Let's just do that, and if people come, people will come. The thing about, especially making videos when you're dumping 20, 30 hours on a thing and nobody sees it, like that's kind of sad. I mean, not sad as in like the pathetic sense, right? But sad as in the like I want people to see it. I mean, I spent all this effort on this thing for me ultimately, but if nobody's seeing it, that kind of makes me sad. Like I'm sure that's what like an artist thinks, like a more traditional like artist thinks, music, paint, graphics, writer, whatever, you know. And a lot of people I'm sure do this as a means of like therapy, as a means of getting more used to talking, and I'm kind of using it like that, but I'm already decent at talking. I'd like to think. Sometimes I feel lonely. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I'm not doing this solely for that reason. To deal with that, I'm not doing that. That is to say. Oh, but either way, that's been my 30 minutes with Vic here. Tune in next time tomorrow night. Same Vic time, same Vic place. I'll see